PC. I'm Jordan Davis. Welcome back. We've got a little something special here this morning. I know we're at the 8:30 mark. We've already had moving forward, but we're talking with Thad Burkamper once again. Mentalist Thad Burkamper, that is. We're excited to have him in. How are you doing this morning, Thad?
I'm doing all right, sir. How are you?
Very good. We're excited to have you in once again. How long ago was it? It was like 2 weeks ago?
I think it was
Something
two-ish weeks, yeah.
About 2 weeks ago. You came in and broke my brain, as you said,
Yeah.
with a nice little trick. That was a lot of fun. But let's talk first about your show that's going to be coming up. I know we're just a week out, right?
We are on top of it. Next Friday, November 16th at 7 p.m., the show Focus hits the high school auditorium.
Excellent. And it's going to be, so how, now I don't want to ask like a time length, but how long do you estimate that these would run?
It's going to be in the neighborhood of an hour and a half.
Awesome. It'll be a fun-filled hour and a half. Well, it'll be,
Yeah.
And for some folks, I'm sure it'll be a confusing hour and a half too.
Yeah. That's actually part of the fun after seeing some of these people and doing like staff meetings or shows or whatever, talking to them afterwards and kind of getting their input on what they think they just saw. Mm-hmm. And that's always interesting.
Yeah. And because you go and you do like, talk about one more time. We talked about it last time a little bit more in detail, but tell us exactly why it is that you do what you do, like how you mold it into like a session for people. Yeah.
The first show that I did was up top at Booney's, and we had close to 100 people there. And that show was the first thing I'd ever done. And I just happened to have brought in some positivity speak into kind of the experiments, I guess is what you could call them, the experiments that we do throughout the course of the show. That was what brought more attention to doing corporate type stuff like staff meetings or Christmas parties, whatever, was the positivity speak. They wanted to bring that into their organization. So with the added fun of breaking people's brains, they're really looking forward to, or looking for, through me, an opportunity to just kind of infuse their staff with a little bit of energy, a little bit of positivity, and that kind of thing. So this show is based on that process. This one isn't actually necessarily on positivity, but it's called Focus because it deals with how people set goals and how and the things that can come into play to keep you from achieving those goals, keep you from even trying to start those goals, that kind of stuff. Right. So the motivational speaking aspect of it, which could be positivity, which could be goal setting, whatever it is kind of where I start now when I think about writing a show.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm really interested to see that. I finally got my ticket from you, and that's that reminds me, folks. You can get your ticket. Message you on Facebook. Is that maybe
you can message me on Facebook. You can call or text me at 563-506-9546. On Facebook, it is TB Mentalism. Also, there will be ticket sales on the day. And I'm just trying to get as many of the tickets sold ahead of time as possible. Right. My wife's going to be the only one running the door.
Gotcha.
So to make that line as small as possible and to keep the headache off of her shoulders is kind of the goal.
That's excellent. And it'll be getting started at 7 o'clock, right?
The show starts at 7. Doors will open at 6.
Okay.
Lobby opens at 6. Stage opens at 6:30. Show starts at 7.
Excellent. I'm getting pretty excited about it because when you came in, you showed me. I don't want to call them tricks because they're not tricks, right? What's your best way to describe it?
Experiments is kind of an intriguing, fun way to say it. I'm not even sure that's true. There's not really a good word for it.
Gotcha. Yeah. I wanted to stay away from tricks because it's not like you're not a magician. You're doing a whole different. It's a whole different spectrum.
It's basically what it turns in. What you're watching is just a skill set that presents itself in a way that it looks like mind reading. It looks like telling the future. That kind of stuff. When it's just a series of events that take place, and throughout those events, I make sure that the most probable outcome is still the outcome that we're kind of headed towards. And depending on who's in front of me or who I'm dealing with, that can all disappear. So there's, like I said, I think I said this last time, my first show, we had one of the experiments was actually with my mom, and it just completely fell flat on its face. So,
It happens, right?
Yeah, you just got to pick yourself up and go.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, that reminds me. I was watching something. I ran across. There was a gentleman who won. Who wants to be a millionaire somewhere in the world. Another one of those shows, and he used some of what your technique is for like reading people to help him.
Because the guy across from him knows the answer. That is really smart.
Yeah,
that's really smart.
That was cool. I watched that and I thought, man, I bet you Thad could do something. Here, I won't give away any secret.
I have no intention of doing that.
That's excellent. Well, you said you had a bit of fun to show us here today.
Yeah.
So let's, if you got time.
Yeah, last time I think I just read one card off you.
I think so. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So this time, and part of the issue that I get is when people watch these things, they have all sorts of input. Mm-hmm. I'm going to have you point at.
Okay.
And you choose it, and then we'll go from there. Just point at one right now. That one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, do you want to go this way or that way?
I want to go that way.
That way?
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to take your card that you pointed to. 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to give you those 5 cards.
Okay.
Okay? I specifically kept my hands off of them because I always get comments on these things. They're like, well, you made him have that. Whatever. So...
Now, am I supposed to look at these?
Yeah, you can look at those.
Okay, I'm going to look at these.
Now, because I upped the ante with 5 cards, I now get to use a whole new set of rules, and that is any rules from any kid's card game that you've ever played in your life. So we're just going to go through those. I want you to look at those one more time. I'm not going to look at your glasses.
Okay.
Because that's another thing I guarantee people will say.
It's hard for me to memorize all these.
You don't have to memorize them. There should be, if I were to steal a rule from Go Fish, you're looking for doubles. Which means you can put the 4s down. Okay, keep looking. Blackjack. You can put the blackjack down. You got an ace and a jack there for 21. There you go. Okay, and then the last one. Crazy eights. You can put that eight of hearts down.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
That was way quicker than the last one. That's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Folks, I don't know which camera we're on. I'm going to assume that we're on this one, but I'll tell you what, he just got every single one of those right. In about, that was a whole 30 seconds.
That was quick, yeah.
That was crazy. I don't even know what, I was trying to just sit here and be calm about it, and you just, right off the bat, that's crazy. That is absolutely nuts to me. How in the world is my only response to that?
Yeah, there's when there's a group of people, it's applause. If it's just you and me, applause doesn't make any sense. No, the response that you gave me was that was good. Was what I'm looking for.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So let's talk a little bit about why folks need to come to the show, because right now my reaction is I need to come to the show because I'm just baffled.
Yeah,
I'm just baffled.
It's just a lot of fun. I mean, there's some kind of deeper talk that happens throughout, but really, if you were just to show up and see the experiments as they are without me saying anything, it's a lot of fun. I do that kind of thing with larger groups of people, so that I'm reading 6, 7 people at a time, just to up the ante. Because again, it's no fun if we know it's going to succeed.
Yeah, I was doubtful of that. I was doubtful of the 6 or 7 people you say that you might read at one time until you just guessed all of those in 30 seconds.
Right.
Now,
yeah.
I think you could do it.
Right. So that kind of stuff. There's a point in the show where I'm completely hands off. I'm just talking another group of people through it, and somebody else gets to be the mind reader. It's just a lot of fun, and it's okay for families. Like there's no language or anything there. You could bring any age kid that you wanted to. Some of them may or may not track all the way. Like my 5-year-old maybe wouldn't care to sit through it, but my 7-year-old would be interested. So I'm trying to make this as easy for everybody as possible. You got nothing else going on Friday night that's going to be as cool as what's going on Friday night. It's going to be a good time.
It absolutely is. I can't wait. I'm getting pretty excited about it.
Yeah.
I won't lie.
Yeah.
That's really cool, Thad. Thanks for showing that to us.
Absolutely.
Folks, be sure to go check it out if you haven't on our Facebook and YouTube page. It'll be up in a little bit on Facebook, but it's on YouTube right now. Go check that out and go watch one of these experiments that Thad just did here this morning. That's pretty cool. That's really cool. Well, thank you, Thad, for coming in and talking to us.
Thank you.
Again, next Friday, November 16th, 7 o'clock. Doors open at 6 over there
Doors
at the
open at 6,
high school auditorium, right? Excellent.
If you have your tickets, great. If you would like tickets ahead of time, I will bring them to you. I've got the weekend off, so I'll make deliveries this weekend. And then if you absolutely need to, you can buy tickets at the door.
Excellent. Well, thanks again to Thad for joining us here this morning to talk a little bit about his show coming up, Focus. happening next Friday. Thanks again to Thad. This has been Jordan Davis and Thad Burkamper on the voicemuscatine.com.
KWPC.